In the thrilling saga of the Women's Rugby World Cup, one might think it's churlish to grumble after such an exhilarating weekend filled with triumphs and records. Yet, amidst the roar of the crowds and the dazzle of fireworks, there's a whisper that demands attention. The need for suspense to keep the conversation alive through the week. England's victory, drawing a staggering 2.5 million primetime viewers on the BBC, alongside the spectacle of 85,000 fans cheering across 4 venues, including a history-making 42,000-strong gathering in Sunderland, showcased the event's grandeur. Add to that 5 hat-tricks, bustling fan zones, complimentary concerts, and a sky lit up with fireworks, and you've got a recipe for a weekend to remember. But here's where it gets controversial. Where was the nail-biting tension that keeps us on the edge of our seats? The Women's Rugby World Cup's success hinges not only on the weekend's highlights but also on the chatter it ignites throughout the week. World Rugby yearns for this tournament to be the talk of the town on Monday mornings. And for that, it craves a touch of uncertainty. A whopping 72 tries were scored across 8 matches, yet 66 of them were by the winning teams. England, Australia, and Canada each racked up impressive tallies, with South Africa and New Zealand not far behind. While blowouts are common in the pool stages of any Rugby World Cup, the stark contrast in performance between teams raised eyebrows. Scotland's 38-8 win over Wales and France's shutout of Italy highlighted the disparity. For regular watchers of women's rugby, this wasn't surprising. However, for the burgeoning audience just dipping their toes into the sport, some explanation is due. Sally Horrocks, World Rugby's director of women's rugby, clarified that 49% of women's rugby fans joined the bandwagon in the past 2 years, unfazed by the uneven playing field. She argued that these lopsided scores don't detract from the entertainment value. Indeed, England's victory was as captivating as a one-sided match could be, with the crowd at the stadium unbothered by the predictability. As Yvonne Nolan, the competition director, noted, the games featured fast, free-flowing rugby, and the losing team's efforts were commendable. However, no amount of pyrotechnics or musical performances can mask the significant gaps between teams. Women's rugby seeks the media's unwavering support as it evolves, with its lack of visibility being the biggest hurdle to success. Thus, discussions about the sport often overlook the glaring disparities among teams. The irony lies in the maturity of a sport being gauged by its stakeholders' honesty about what they're witnessing, rather than merely celebrating the surge in viewership. Horrocks and Nolan, to their credit, are astute enough not to sidestep the issue of lopsided outcomes. They openly discuss the inevitable imbalance stemming from the varied paces of development in women's rugby worldwide. According to Nolan, these teams are at distinct stages of their journey. Women's rugby is progressing rapidly, resulting in wider gaps between teams than in the inaugural 1991 tournament, due to select nations, notably England, pulling ahead. On Saturday, England's Red Roses, armed with elite coaching, medical support, and cutting-edge sports science, face Samoa, who lack national contracts and include a property manager, police officer, and teacher among their ranks. This raises the intriguing question: is it more admirable for professionals to secure a decisive victory, or for amateurs to fight valiantly in defeat? England, despite their resources, made fundamental errors against the USA, a testament to their lack of close encounters in recent times. World Rugby is striving to bridge the gap by providing smaller teams with access to 9 specialist coaches for set pieces, skills, and strength and conditioning. Elaine Rowland has been enlisted to assist in reducing penalty counts. However, this effort falls short of addressing all needs. Even Canada, a strong contender, resorted to crowdfunding to raise the final $1 million of the $3.2 million required to participate. Ultimately, closing the gap will require sustained, structural changes, incremental progress between tournaments, and monumental strides during them. The future of women's rugby depends on nurturing talent, enhancing infrastructure, and fostering competitive spirit across the board.